Today we want to look at a simultaneous equation in which one of the equations is quadratic, as you can see. First of all, we'll label each equation here. Label the first equation line with equation 1 and label the second one as equation 2. We pick the equation 2 being a linear equation, a direct equation. X plus 2y is equal to 14. So we pick this one and solve for x. We may not be able to finish solving for x, but we need to make x the subject of formula. So we pick equation 2 and make x the subject of formula. Make x the subject of formula in equation 2 as we labeled. Now, equation 2 says x plus 2y equals 14. Equation 2 says x plus 2y equals 14. Therefore, we are going to say x equals 14 minus 2y. Simple algebra. When a value leaves a point across the equality sign and goes to the other side, the sign attached to it changes to the opposite. So this 2y that we took to the opposite side of the equality sign had plus sign attached to it. So the plus sign must change to minus sign. That's why it is like that. From this point, we have found out that x is equal to 14 minus 2y. Now we substitute. Substitute 14 minus 2y for x in equation 1. Substitute 14 minus 2y for x in equation 1. So we go back to equation 1, which says x squared plus y squared equals 41. 41. That is equation 1. Now we are substituting for x. We are substituting this value for x in equation 1. Now instead of x squared, we have 14 minus 2y all squared plus y squared equals 41. This stands for this x. Instead of using x squared, we are now substituting this value. This value, the value that we got for x from equation 2, is what we are now substituting for equation 1. This is what they call the substitution method. This is in order to take x out of the equation first of all, so that we can solve for y. Then we use the value of y to find x. Now let us expand these the bracket. Expanding the bracket, we'll have 14 minus 2y, another 14 minus 2y, then plus y squared equals 41. Now, expanding the bracket, we follow that 14 times 14, 196. You can use your calculator to find that one. 14 times 14 will give us 196. Then 14 times minus 2y. 14 times minus 2y will give us minus 28y. Now, we are through with the first 14 and the second whole bracket. Now, let's do with the second item in the first bracket. Now, we deal with minus 2y times 14. That gives us another minus 28y. Then minus 2y times minus 2y will give us plus 4y squared. Then we'll continue the equation line. Plus y squared equals 41. So that gives us opportunity to separate each item according to their likeness. For instance, now we have these without any variable, so we can transfer this to the other side. Is there any other one without variable? There is no other one except 196. So I'm going to take 196 to this other side of the equation so that everything on the other side of the equation will not have variable. Now we have minus 28y plus 4y squared plus y squared equals 41 minus 196. Note that 196, when it is standing alone, is always carrying any value standing alone is attached with plus sign. It's carrying plus sign. So that is why when it got to the other side of equality sign, it became a minus 196. Now, since we have solved this, we can now begin to deal with each value according to their signs. Now, minus 28y is like minus 28y plus minus 28y is the same thing. So it becomes minus 56y. Now, the general plus 4y squared plus y squared becomes 5y squared. Now we have 41 minus 196 will give us minus 155. We'll take this 155 to this other side so that the whole equation will become equal to 0. Now we have minus 56y plus 5y squared plus 155 equals 0. This has taken plus because it has crossed from this other side of the equation to the left side of the equation. It has come, so the sign with it will also change back to the opposite of the sign. That is why from minus 155 on the other side, it is taken over to plus 155 on this side of the equality sign. Now everything now becomes equal to 0. Now let us rearrange items according to their power. Now, we are rearranging items according to their power now. Now that makes us write it as 5y squared minus 56y plus 155 equals 0. Now we have this. This is what we have now as a solution for substituting this value for x squared in the first equation.
Please subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. Thank you.
Welcome back. Now, as we were saying, we have 5y squared minus 56y plus 155 equals 0. Now at this point, we cannot factorize when it is 3 items in an equation. So we have to break it down to 4 items. No, in doing that, we have to do 5y squared minus 25y minus 31y plus 155 equals 0. How did we go to get that one? How did we break it down? The breakdown, we have 5y squared minus 56y minus plus 155 equals 0. 5y squared minus 56y plus 155 equals 0. Now, to break them by factorization, we have to multiply 5, that is the coefficient of y squared, by the one without variable. So 5 times 155 equals 775. Now, what do we multiply together that will have 775? I mean the factors of 775, that if we add them together we'll get 56. We'll get minus 56, and then we got to minus 25 and minus 31. Therefore, we get minus 25 times minus 31 equals 775, while minus 25 minus 31 equals minus 56. So these two will be our representation for this. Therefore, we are going to be writing it as 5y squared minus 25y minus 31y equal plus 155 equals 0. That is the thing we are going to use. Now, since we have told you the factorization method, now we are going to continue with our factorization. We'll break this 4 into 2 parts, 2 in each part. Now we have 5y squared minus 25y plus minus 31y plus 155 equals 0. I did not want to tamper with these signs. That is why I used plus to separate these two brackets. It is just for the time. Now let us factorize these brackets each. What is the factor of 5y squared and 25y? If you look very well, 5 is a factor of this, 5 is a factor of this, y is a factor in this one, y is also a factor in this one. So why don't we get 5y outside, then we have y remaining here and minus 5 remaining here. While we get what is common here, now we have 31 is common here, 31 is also common here. But in order to do, if we put 31 outside, it's going to remain minus y here. Why don't we just put minus 31 out? So we get minus 31 outside. Then we have a positive y here. Then a negative 5 will follow it, making us have a factor in the two parts. Now, the factor that is common to the two parts is now y minus 5. So we have 5y minus 31 and y minus 5 in this place. Then we have equals to 0. Now, in this part, we now have 5y minus 31 equals 0, or y minus 5 equals 0. In this case, we're now going to have 5y equals 31. When we took this 31 to the other side of the equality sign, we have it as positive 31. Now, at the same time, we're going to carry this negative 5 to the other side of the equality sign to have y equals 5. Now, 5y equals 31 here, which means if we divide each side by 5, we are going to have y equals 31 over 5, while y is equal to 5 in this place. Now, since we have a positive whole number here, we are going to use it, discussing this one because of the level of mathematics that we are doing right now, and accepting this one for the purpose of getting the value of y. We are discarding this one and accepting this one. Now, since we have the value of y is equal to 5, while we have discarded y is equal to 31 over 5 for the sake of the level of mathematics we are in now. Now, we are going to equation 2. Equation 2, which says x plus 2y is equal to 14. Now, we will now substitute substitute 5 for y in the equation. Thus, x plus 2 into 5 equals 14. Now at this point we have x plus 10 equals 14. Therefore, x is equal to 14 minus 10. X then is equal to 4, which means we have solved for the both of them. The final answer here gives x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 5. Meanwhile, if you wish, you can go back to the value that we got as y is equal to 31 over 5 and use it to find the other value of x if you so wish. But for the level at which we are running this mathematics question now, we are satisfied with the answer that we got. Thank you very much.
Please do not forget to like this video, click the subscribe button and click the notification bell beside it so that you'll be notified anytime we post a video on this channel. Thank you.